welcome to the global launch of the new TAG Heuer Connected. We're coming to you live from Paris, the home of the TAG Heuer Connected team. We also have a lucky few who are joining us as our studio audience.
Well, this is awkward. Where was my invite? Maybe it was lost in the post. Let's keep going.
This being a connected event, we've also gone seriously meta, beaming to over 40 countries live.
That's really good that they're beaming to over 40 countries live. The YouTube video has 7,000 views. But really good that they can beam to 40 countries live. I wonder how many countries my YouTube video beams to. Anyway, let's keep going.
First launches were all in New York, and you might expect us to launch it in New York as well, due to our link and historic link with the United States. However, things have changed and evolved since, and mainly we built an industry-leading connected watch team here in Paris, and it's here that the watch is being designed, engineered, thought.
So you're in Paris because the TAG Heuer Connected was designed and engineered and it's all put together in Paris. Is that entirely accurate? Are any of the watch parts put together in Paris? Or is this a neighbouring sister town called Paris somewhere in China? Yeah.
Fuel your drive to challenge the limits. And here it's us challenging the limits of design, challenging the limits of technology. TAG, as you all know, stands for Technique d'Avant-Garde. Avant-garde in the artistic world, avant-garde in the innovation world. On the industry, since the beginning in 2015, we knew that the smartwatch, the connected watch, was going to be a revolution that would change people's lives and habits. We also know that watches is a very personal object, where there's a lot of craftsmanship, where design is extremely important. There's a lot of emotion. It's a very personal object that represents one's identity, many values associated with it. People, our customers today, wouldn't want to compromise on the emotion they have wearing a watch, still having all the benefits and features that you can expect from a smartwatch. And this was the vision since the beginning. And we've improved since the first generations based on this vision.
Now, to keep this as positive as possible, because I'm a massive Connected fan, they are right. From 2015, TAG Heuer have tried to push the boundaries from a luxury watch brand. TAG Heuer are still a luxury watch brand, and the Connected series has done that. If you look at any other luxury watch brand, they're not trying to compete with Apple or any Wear OS Android watch. TAG Heuer kind of are. They've pushed into the market, and the 2020 still, sadly, to this day, including the new version, is one of the best smartwatches on the planet. So I'm not going to sit here and disagree with what fella's saying here. TAG Heuer have done their best to design stunning timepieces in the smartwatch arena. Okay, so the watch looks great, but it looks the same as the 2020, which is a great looking watch. I really hope they're going to talk about if this watch can make and receive calls, if it can play music externally. Not that I would ever do that, but some watches do. Yeah, I'm really excited to hear about the functionality of the watch. We're aware it can track health and fitness, all smartwatches do these days, but the Tag Heuer was missing, well, it was missing great battery life, but it's also missing the ability to make and receive calls, which for a £1,500 watch or £1,600 watch just now, that's something you really want it to do, along with the ability for eSIM. So I should be able to take my watch out without a phone on a run and still make and receive calls. Let's see. I know for a fact the Snapdragon 4100 chipset can do it, but are Tag going to implement this? Let's see if they talk about it.
With us today, very exciting. Okay, Teddy, let's get to you first. Tell us, who are the Connected Calibre E customers, please?
Thank you, Jonathan. Glad to be here. So since the first version of the connected watch, we have detected 3 types of categories of customers. The first one are the elegant connected. These are the people with a strong appetite for elegance and style and willing to stay connected to their busy life. 50% of our customers are elegant connected. The health and wellness are the second categories, health and wellness users. Those are the ones willing to track their steps, calories, heart rate, for example.
Quick point to mention here on the health and wellness. While the functionality is there on the watch, and it's probably very good, I use Google Fit. I don't actually ever use the Tag Connected app or the tile on the phone for tracking my health and fitness. It just doesn't sync up with all my other devices like Wear OS does in Google Fit. Again, I'm just putting out there that you will probably use Google Fit before you use the native wellness app in the Connected.
Teddy, now, can we get into the tech, please?
Of course. So we are coming with 3 main areas of technology boost on the Calibre E3 versus Calibre E4 versus Calibre E3. Battery life, charger, and connectivity.
So, chat mentioned there, battery. Again, intrigued to know what the actual real life battery life is going to be, because as we know, the 2020, particularly at the start of the first implementation of the watch, the battery life was pretty awful. It did seem to get better through time and software updates and I guess usage, but still it was never a 2-day watch. Hopefully the new one is. They talked about new designs and watch faces. This is always kind of tricky when it comes to smartwatches, because it's a digital screen. You can download any of the watch faces that are released from Tag or third-party providers onto the watch. So yeah, I wouldn't get too excited about the watch faces. The black titanium, if that's your bag, great. I am not the biggest fan of paying an extra 500 quid for something that looks, in my opinion, cheaper than the ceramic. Anyway, that's personal preference.
And then the second point, an important point, is the ergonomy. We improved a lot the ergonomy. The watch is easier to use and it is more intuitive. So if we look at the watch itself, as you can see here on the screen, we worked the shape of the case. We have more elongated lugs and we have a polished bevel to improve the slim profile. We paid also great attention to the finishes. So we alternate between brushed and polished surfaces in order to capture and to play with the light and magnify the case of the shape.
This might be a hot take. I won't be buying it. I haven't ordered the 42mm version because I've got like 19-inch fairly large wrists, but I really like the look of the sleeker 42mm design. maybe too large for most ladies' wrists, but I can certainly see this paired with a leather strap would look pretty nice, that sleek design. So yeah, fair play. Again, Tag are trying. They're absolutely trying, and nobody can fault them for that.
On the battery side, we detected an intensive use of more sports, golf, running, cycling even, which make a need for a bigger battery more important. So we came up with a 30% longer battery on the new 45mm versus previous generation. 30%, this is amazing. Now, with your 45mm, user can enjoy a full day of battery life with normal usage and 5 hours of golfing. This is an equivalent of 18 holes.
So, even on stage, their big claim, their proud moment about the battery life is a user can expect a full day of battery life. And I'm sorry, but this, I shouldn't laugh. I love the Connected 2020, I do. But golfers can use the golf app on the phone for up to 5 hours. I am shit at golf. I don't think I finish 18 holes in 5 hours, so I'm going to get to hole 16 and then, what, it just stops.
So, talk to me about the charger.
So that's my favorite. We wanted to come up with a charging routine which is totally seamless for our users. So now, when they come back home, they just put the watch on the stand, very luxurious stand, which happens to be a charger, and they can therefore transparently charge the watch, while standing nicely and elegantly on the living room or on the bedroom table. During the night, it becomes a nightstand, which stays lit with discrete brightness and displaying the time. With that, we wanted to create a luxury experience for our users.
Yeah, so you need to charge it every time you pass your living room, essentially, is what the guy's saying. It looks elegant when it's charging, but it still needs to be charged maybe a couple of times a day if you want to play a round of golf, for sure. So if you tee off in the morning with a full charge, you're done by lunchtime, you'll need to charge it fully. God forbid you want to do any sports or more activity during the day, because you might need to charge it again at night time before going out for dinner or a walk. But it looks elegant. Again, design 45, 42mm. I really like what they've done with the 42mm. The 45 is the one I've pre-ordered. I don't know, the more and more I'm watching this, I'm probably thinking I might just stick with my 2020 and return. The straps are interchangeable. Commenter did ask, and it seems like they've confirmed that these straps will be interchangeable between the 2020 model and the new 2022 model. So design wise, I love my watch. Let me get my watch actually. Where is my watch? I don't know where my watch is. It will be somewhere, hopefully. Yeah, the fact that you can change the straps, and I don't like the titanium, that already narrows down the field of which watch I would prefer in a 45mm. Yeah, let's keep going.
First question, here we go. Good one. Will Tag Heuer be developing any NFTs soon?
Who bloody cares about NFTs? I just want to know about the watch. Can I make and receive calls?
Okay, second question. Do you have any plan helping users transition from one generation of watch to the next? Good question.
So customer experience is extremely important for us, and We know we invest a lot on durability on our watches. And when you buy a Tag Heuer Connected, it will last for several years. We still have today people wearing the connected watch we launched in 2015. Few thousand people that are still wearing it daily.
I salute you, whoever you are, if you're still wearing the 2015 Connected. That must lag like a bitch. Okay, so that was the watch. Some questions answered. Other than, unless I missed it, I may have missed it because at some points I was getting a bit too angry and confused about what was going on stage. I still am not 100% sure if I'm going to take and receive calls. I am 100% sure that this is not the watch for me, sadly. Unless the trading scheme is that I can trade my 2020 for the 2022 model at no extra cost, which by the way it isn't. I mean, you're lucky to get like 700 quid for your 2020 from Tag. Yeah. There we go. So if you type in Tag Heuer Connected 2020 or just Tag Heuer Connected on YouTube, I think 5 of the first 10 videos are mine, and that's all very much thanks to you. If you look through any of my comments, you'll notice that I do reply to all commenters. I appreciate all the comments. I did try to get the Tag Connected early. That just wasn't going to happen. I'm disappointed that the launch itself was completely under the radar, but having watched this keynote, whatever you want to call it, unveiling, I can kind of see why, because it ain't breaking any ground. It ain't, yeah, it's not smashing through any ceilings it already hasn't. For me, as I've mentioned, the 2020 model is kind of the perfect variant that they've made so far, and I already said that the 2020 will last you like 3 to 5 years easily. Tag are kind of confirming that people are still using the 7-year-old version, so if you have the 2020, my advice would be not to upgrade to the 2022. If you have the 2015, my advice would be to get a good deal on the 2020 model. Again, I'll be doing more videos obviously when I receive the watch. I'll do a proper review and unboxing. These are just very much pre-impressions before having the watch. I'm not that impressed just now. That may change. Again, still completely perplexed that their huge, like, proud moment was that the battery life will last a day now. That just says it all. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Really appreciate you all. Take care.